Good morning, good morning, good morning. Are we all gathered here? Seems like we are. So as we begin with our pre-service pray-in, I invite you to give me your God word for your intention for this service today.
Joy.
Well, I heard joy. And I know there's love and creativity and wisdom and all the good that we would want. And so, as we recognize the one source of all of our good, the creator of all of our good, I know that that presence is right here, right now, and is part of everything that everyone does today to make this service the special thing that it is every single Sunday, not just today, but every single Sunday. And I know that everyone here taking a part in one way or another, presence or something to do, is part of that divine source. I am, you are, we are. And so today I speak my word for all the good that unfurls and outflows from the time that we are here together, for the good of this time together, for the joy and the unfolding of everything, from the stream team to the Munch and Mingle, to our youth church, to all the hands that come together, our music, the folks who meet the greeters, as our dear ones come through, make sure they sign in, have the keep me sheet. It all comes together beautifully today. We are blessed by this time. We know that all is well. And so in gratitude, I release my word, knowing that it is done. God's got this, and so it is. in the sanctuary and everyone online. Welcome to NVC's pre-service meditation. My name is Judy Walruff, and I'm a practitioner here at New Vision Center. We gather in quiet moments before the service to settle into the deep stillness that lives beneath all activity. We allow ourselves to arrive fully, gently, without rushing. Joy is the theme for this month, and today we explore joy not as excitement or achievement, but as inner quiet, as radiance. A presence that's always here waiting for us to notice. As you settle, close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a slow breath in and a soft breath out. Let the body soften. Let the mind unclench. Let the heart open just a little more. As you breathe, imagine that joy is not something you must create. It's not something you must earn. It's something you must choose. Joy is the natural fragrance of your own being. It rises when you become still enough to feel the truth of who you are. With each breath, allow yourself to sink gently inward, as though you're descending a soft staircase deeper into the heart. If your thoughts arise, bless them, and then let them drift by like clouds. If any emotions arise, honor them and let them rest in spaciousness. Nothing needs to be fixed. Nothing needs to be changed. You are simply arising. In this quiet arrival, joy begins to simmer, subtle, warm, steady. I'll now guide you into 10 minutes of silence. During this time, gently place your attention on the inner feeling tone of joy. Not excitement, but as peaceful aliveness, a soft glow within, a quiet yes. If your mind wanders, just return to the breath, and then return to gentle awareness of joy. Let us enter the silence together. As we return from the silence, notice how joy feels in your body. Perhaps it's subtle. Perhaps it's spacious. Perhaps it's simply a sense of being more present, more open, more here. This joy is not fragile. It's not dependent on circumstances. It's the joy of spirit expressing in you. Carry this quiet radiance with you into our service, into community, into the world. Thank you for joining us here today. Namaste.
Good morning, beloved New Vision community. Please silence your cell phones and quiet anything that might distract from this moment. Let's turn our attention to these invitations. We are so glad you are here.
Good morning, New Vision Center. Isn't that lovely? Hi, my name is Robert. Welcome to New Vision Sunday service. I'm here to share ways to connect, to learn, and be inspired. Here's a quick look at the good that's happening at this wonderful center. Lunch with the ministers. We have a special invitation after service today for those that are new or new-ish to this community. That is lunch with the ministers. And today we get both Reverends Leslie and Jeff. You get 2 for 1 today. For lunch in the social hall after service, for an opportunity to ask questions, to connect, and allow us to get to know you better. We'll provide the food, you just provide us your presence. That starts right after service today, which is usually around 11:15 or so in the social hall. Spiritual growth isn't usually about instant breakthroughs. More often, it's shaped by the small, consistent choices we make every day. While we all hope for a quick transformation, lasting change tends to unfold one step at a time. Don't I know it? Join Reverend Leslie this Wednesday, August 5th, for a midweek spiritual connection, the realities of spiritual practice. Together, we'll take an honest look at what spiritual practice is really meant to do, why it can sometimes feel challenging, and how simple, intentional choices can help align your life with what you value most. Ladies, you don't want to miss our next Women's Connected meeting on Saturday, August 15th at 9:30 a.m. in the chapel. Licensed practitioner Nikki Ballin will be our speaker for an inspiring and experiential gathering entitled, I Am Open to the Sacred Thread, Connecting Self, Community, and the Divine. Join us as we share personal storytelling, guided meditation, and meaningful interactive experiences as Nikki invites us to deepen our connection with ourselves, one another, and the divine. Sign up online or at the concierge after service. A few times every year, we offer a special class to those that are newer to this teaching or the community. In this class, you'll reflect on your relationship with spirit, community, and yourself. It's always a great exploration. This class offers an engaging introduction to science of mind principles, New Vision's spiritual practices, and community life, and the path to deeper connection through partnership and participation. This class begins on Sunday, August 23rd, and the next 2 classes are on August 30th and September 6th. Did I get that right? Okay, cool. And this offering is free. And it is August, and what we do at the beginning of every month is we celebrate the birthdays of the month. So everybody that has an August birthday, please stand so that we can dance with you. Today's your birthday! Happy birthday. That's all the invitations for today. There's so much more good happening at NVC. Please review your Keep Me sheets and find out everything that's available to participate in. To register and learn more about all the offerings, please visit the website, the calendar tab, or visit the on-person concierge table in the social hall. That's it for now. We have a great service coming up. You are all invited to stand for the community song if you are able.
To be How used am I to having a head mic on? Good morning, New Vision Center. And good morning to our online campus. My name is Reverend Leslie Goodwin. I am the Associate Minister here at the New Vision Center, a growing, thriving, loving community, and I'm delighted that you have taken time out of your morning or whenever you might be tuning into this to give yourself this gift of connection. It is the first Sunday in August, and August, our theme is joy, which will be a lovely way to carry us through this hottest summer month, won't it be? And to really get to dig into it, the first thing we do is kick off our service the way we always do here at the New Vision Center, which is to bring everyone's consciousness together, yes, even you, to participate in some gonging, some chanting, a prayer, some more chanting. And here's my invitation to check in with yourself after this piece is complete and just ask yourself, do I feel more ready to receive? I'm willing to bet you will. Shall we begin? Let's do it. This haven of peace, this divine place that takes us to the divine source of all there is. This one intelligence that is all there is, that is the breath of life, that is love and joy.
It is wisdom and clarity. It is all that there is available. It is in everything, in every presence. And I know that I am one of, with this one, created as it is. And so is everyone present here in this sanctuary, everyone across the street and down it, and through this state, everyone has this divine within every cell of being. And I speak my word today knowing that there is every good thing that is happening right now. Within this sanctuary, there is love abundance. All the good of life is here, and it extends out from this place, from each and every one here, blessing all that we know, all those that we want to know. It is here, deep within, presenting as joy to the world. I know that this time together, we are blessed. We are deeply held in love as we hear wonderful message from our wonderful Rachel. That the music is beautiful and enriches us and takes us all through this day and many more. My heart is filled with all the good that presents itself today, knowing that it is always present, always with us, available at any time. And so in great gratitude, I know that this is so. And in knowing, I release my word to the law of the universe, completely confident. And together we say, and so it is.
And so it is.
So it is. Do you feel that? Do you feel that love that got created here? That was us together, you, us all listening, bringing our hearts, opening it up to the gong, checking in with the whole messages, and just feeling our presence here together. So thank you. I'm Susan Kirby, and I'm your host here at New Vision Center this morning, and I welcome everyone online. I welcome everyone here at this in-person. Here we are in the heat of the day. Well, not yet heat of this day, but it's here, and we appreciate you being here. And with that, I'd actually like to introduce us all again, and some maybe for the first time, to New Vision Center. And how I do that is our vision statement. We're going to start first. So if you would say this with me: revealing the power of love. That is our vision. And how we live out that vision is through our mission. So would you say the mission statement with me? We teach spiritual living, and we live spiritual teaching. And we do that in many ways here at New Vision Center, but one of the many ways we're going to do that is October 25th. We're having a special event, and I would love to have Kathy Kanosherf come up and speak about that event. Right there, honey.
Good morning. I am so excited to announce that the Showcasing You Expo is coming soon. This will actually be our 3rd annual expo. Good for us, right? But for those of you who have not experienced this event, let me share some details. So if you're a crafter or an artist or have a business or offer a service, the Showcasing You Expo is an opportunity to have a table and sell your products. We do that right outside the doors on the breezeway. So when is the expo going to be, you ask? Susan already told you, but anyway, it's Sunday, October 25th, starting right after service. So very convenient. We'll just walk out and it'll all be set up. It'll be lovely. This is a time for you to shine and an opportunity to promote your business. But this expo is not just about selling. It's about sharing what's important to you, building connection, and supporting one another as a community. Now here's the important part for the vendors. To experience the expo as a vendor, you need to register on the website. It's only $25 per space and $10 for table rental, which is pretty great for vendors if you know around town. That's great. But keep in mind that there's only limited tables available for renter. So if you do need one, sign up as soon as you can. If you have any questions or concerns, or your mind is in that, should I do this thing? Or maybe should I not do this thing? Come and talk to me afterwards. I want to support you as much as possible to have people really step into this opportunity. You know, it's really a delight for me to discover the amazing talent that exists right here in our midst. Thank you. I hope you sign up.
Thank you. All right, so we strive to be a radically inclusive community in this New Vision Center, and that means wherever you are, you're welcome here. Wherever you are in your faith journey, wherever you're heading, we welcome you here. And at this moment, I'd love to welcome and honor those of you who might be here for the first time or coming back for the first time in a while. And how we do that is, in a moment, I'll ask you to stand, and if you're willing, we will applaud and thank you for being here. And if you choose not to stand, we will applaud you where you sit, and that will all be wonderful. So at this moment, if you're willing to stand, please stand and let us welcome you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this Sunday, and I personally will be out in the lobby at the after service to answer any questions. I have a little welcome packet for you if you're interested. And you've come on the perfect day because we have the minister's welcome lunch on this first Sunday of the month. And there's always munch and mingle, and we are all happy to welcome you there. So please keep investigating, and thank you for being here. With that, I have a reading for today that's actually a poem by Rumi. And it's called What Was Said to the Rose. It's translated by Coleman Barks. What was said to the rose that made it open was said to me here in my chest. What was told the cypress that made it strong and straight. What was whispered the jasmine, so it is what it is. Whatever made sugar cane sweet. Whatever was said to the inhabitants of the town of Chigil in Turkestan that makes them so handsome. Whatever lets the pomegranate flower blush like a human face. That is being said to me now. I blush. whatever put eloquence in language, that's happening now, here. The great warehouse doors open. I fill with gratitude, chewing a piece of sugar cane, in love with the one to whom every that belongs. With that, we're so blessed with our music ministry, The Divine Groove, and today's featured artist is our very own Mark Arnold. So please take it from here.
Sun rises up, pierces through the rain. The clouds are clear and things are going your way. In this moment, stop for a moment. Let me hear you say, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Last minute goal to win the big game. That cute barista remembered your name. In this moment, stop for a moment. Let me hear you say, woo-hoo, 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 woo-hoo. In this moment, stop for a moment. Let me hear you say, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Took that final test, totally got an A. It's Friday and you got paid. In this moment, stop for a moment. Let me hear you say, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Results came back, you're gonna be okay. He pops the big question and you don't know what to say. In this moment, stop for a moment. Let me hear you say, woo-hoo. Stop for a moment. Let me hear you say, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Got bad news, it's spoiling your day. Need something to chase those blues away. In this moment, stop for a moment. Let me hear you say, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Moment, stop for a moment. Let me hear you say, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. In this moment, stop for a moment. Let me hear you say, woo-hoo, woo-hoo.
Good morning, New Vision Center, in person and online. Let me hear you say woohoo. Thank you so much, Mark and the Divine Groove. What a great way to kick off our new monthly theme, and not just joy, but we're talking boundless joy. I'm Rachel Sartori. I'm a ministerial intern here at New Vision Center, and thank you. And so let's just take a minute to let this new theme land. Boundless joy. What comes up for you when you hear that? And maybe type it into the chat or shout it out right here. What do you think of with boundless joy? Happiness. Dancing. Laughing. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Woo. Okay. Now the juices are flowing, right? When I hear boundless joy, I think of a puppy tirelessly running, actually gaining more energy and momentum as it goes. And that might be because I had to puppy sit a couple weeks ago. I'm very keen on what happens with puppies. Or think about a child giggling and giggling over some made up something or other. Or I think of sunshine and open fields and arms spread wide. It goes on, pure delight. So often our first response to joy is that it is effervescent, big, bright, boisterous. And there is something magnetic about joy. We want to be where it is, do the thing that lights it up, be with somebody who's expressing it, all in an effort to experience that ourselves because it feels good to feel that vitality, that lightness, that energy. It's natural to want to feel that all the time. But can we actually be joyful all the time? Is joy boundless? Because there's a very real experience of not joy that happens in our human experience. It can surface when we have a bad day or receive undesirable news or life just isn't going the way that we had planned and emotion comes up like sadness or disappointment and it's uncomfortable and it seems like the joy is just gone. What we also know is that there's something really important about joy for our spiritual journey. All faith traditions talk about it. Songs are sung about it. His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Archbishop Desmond Tutu got together for a week just to talk about it. Joy is a feeling, an emotion, and there's a depth and a breadth to it that's worth excavating to inform our journey of spiritual growth and transformation. And that's what our work is this month. Each week, looking at a different angle of joy. Today, we're going to begin by exploring movement from the intermittent human experience of joy into divine joy. We're going to face some of the obstacles that get in the way of us experiencing joy. And we are going to be in this inquiry of can we be joyful at all times? Are you ready? So, what is this joy that I speak of? Well, my favorite place to begin is with a good, trusty definition. So, the Merriam-Webster dictionary defines joy as a feeling of great happiness or pleasure, the expression or exhibition of such emotion, a state of great happiness. Great happiness. Great pleasure. Great delight. Sunshine and rainbows to all, and to all a good night. Yeah? This is what can feel magnetic, pulling us in, calling us towards it. There's a great story from Maurice Sendak, the well-known children's book author and illustrator, Where the Wild Things Are. He received a card, fan mail, from a little boy named Jim. And Jim had drawn him a picture, and Maurice very thoughtfully wrote him a note back about how much he appreciated the picture. He drew him his very own wild thing. He sent the card to Jim. And a little while later, Maurice got another letter back, this time from Jim's mother. And she wrote, "Jim loved your card so much, he ate it." I love this as an illustration of how we can experience joy, that something lovely happens outside of us and we respond with corresponding feelings of happiness, pleasure, and delight. Best cake ever, yum. He asked me out, eee. We won the game, hooray. But there's something about this that seems a little narrow. Lovely, but narrow or shallow. So I remember when I was a little girl growing up in Goshen, Indiana, we would go swimming at Shanklin Pool. And Shanklin had 3 different pools. There was this like little kiddie pool, then an intermediate pool, and then a pool that in my young child mind, it was like Olympic size, I'm pretty sure. And I remember especially being mesmerized by the kiddie pool. It only had about 6 inches of water in it, but it looked so inviting, so easy to access and just crawl around in and splash around in. But 6 inches of water is actually not very much, and it can't really sustain someone who wants to swim. I mean, you can splash and crawl and sit, but you can't really jump. You definitely can't dive. And if you want to do those things, you've got to venture into deeper waters. And it can be like that with this initial definition of joy. Yes, we do experience joy as a feeling of great happiness and delight and pleasure, absolutely. And that joy is only sustained in the moment of the feeling, and feelings by nature come and go. So we also get to wade into the intermediate pool of joy. As we move from momentary fabulousness and short-term bliss to understanding that joy can be experienced as we cultivate our well-being more comprehensively, as we let in the delight of growth and progress, even though it doesn't always feel fun, as we feel proud of our success and nurture opportunities that have longer-term positive impacts on ourselves and others and the world. In this pool, you can stretch out and jump up and down. You can feel the thrill of jumping in. And then there's the big pool, the deep pool, the pool where you can do flip turns and handstands, where you can jump in and dive and you can do cannonballs. In our joy pool, this is where we recognize joy is the felt experience of happiness and excitement and delight. It encompasses our well-being, growth, and success. And it's an orientation of the heart and a state of mind towards the expectancy of good. It expresses as gladness, contentment, and peace. The multifaceted nature of divine joy is revealed as we drop below the surface of daily experiences into a deeper understanding that what is unfolding in our lives is revealing the inherent and divine good of God. A core principle of the science of mind teaching is that God, divine, infinite oneness, is one, manifesting in, through, and as all of creation. And it is eternal goodness, loving kindness, and eternal givingness of life to all. And when we drop into this pool of joy, we know that whatever we're going through in the day-to-day experiences of life is part of the oneness of the divine. All is included. As we talked about last month, whole. We are whole no matter what. We might experience moments of giddy enthusiasm, but there's a depth and a maturity to divine joy that holds everything and reminds us that we are never alone. We are always provided for, and all is well. Ernest Holmes defines joy in the Science of Mind glossary with a simplicity that can carry us from what initially seems shallow into the deep truth of joy. There he notes, joy is the emotion excited by the expectancy of good. This gladness, delight, exultation. This definition invites us to receive the emotion that shows up, know the bigger spiritual truth that life is expressing, eternal goodness always, and to embody it through gladness, delight, and exultation. Ernest Holmes also quite often says that this infinite good is ours to the degree that we embody it, that we be it. Joy is the vehicle of embodiment, and it is available always. And that's one of the things that I love about that Rumi poem that you heard, that what was said to the rose is being said here. It comes from the inside out. I can't help but embody it and be it. So you might be like, great, Rach, this sounds well and good, but why the heck don't I feel joy all the time? I'm with you, friend. There are definitely some days where I'm like, this whole life thing, it kind of sucks. And it's coming at me and I don't really like it. And so if joy really is available at all times, what is getting in the way of us embodying it? Just take a deep breath. There are, my friends, a variety of obstacles that can interrupt our experience of joy. What I know is that the more we shine light on it, the more agency we activate to shift from that place where sucky life is just happening to me to realizing where we can apply conscious awareness and choice to have a new experience, to see the good and embody the truth. Most of these obstacles include the negative tendencies of the human mind, as well as emotional reactivity, because darn it, we have a survival instinct hardwired into us. Now I have to say this survival instinct is not our spiritual truth. Our spiritual truth is that the divine is manifesting in, through, and as us. And because it is eternal goodness, that eternal goodness is also manifesting in, through, and as us. Okay, so back to the survival instinct. Because we kind of got these like flimsy bodies going on that are finite. So to be able to stay in this game as long as possible, we're wired to be acutely perceptive of anything that might take us out. Namely, anything that could end in death, which is really challenging because this literally ends in death. It doesn't help that our brains can't tell the difference between perceived danger or a perceived threat and a real one. We just sense it and boom, we put our armor up. Our way long ago ancestors needed that heightened awareness to, get away from the tiger that might eat them for dinner. But generally speaking, we are physically safe. So this heightened awareness of danger, this negativity bias, it's evolved to adapt towards psychological safety, to protect our ideas about who we are and who others are and the world around us. I realize this may sound kind of dramatic, but let's be honest, we can get pretty dramatic pretty quickly. At least I can. In a blink of an eye, something happens and it sparks a part of us that is like, something's wrong. Yikes, what's going on? Oh, I feel a little bit uncertain. And without even thinking about it, we tighten up, close off, shut down, put our guard up. We sense danger and boom, we're protecting. So the obstacles we face with joy then are often related to fear, insecurity, and our subsequent reactivity. Some examples of these obstacles to joy, they include things like, well, I really don't feel it, so it must not be here. We've discerned, yep, I don't feel that lighthearted, effervescent vitality, so there is no joy to be had. It's gone. Emotional reactivity here, it might look like shutting down, quitting something that was previously really important to you, or engaging in behaviors that really don't serve your body, your relationships, others. Another obstacle that can get in the way is we think, I can't be happy about this thing because something else terrible is going to happen and I better be prepared for that. It's also known as foreboding joy. We sense in the moment that there's something really good going on, but gosh, things are gonna be terrible. So I gotta gird my loins and make sure that I'm prepared for when things go down. I'm not saying bad words. Emotional reactivity here, it might look like extreme upset in the middle of a beautiful event. No, these are obstacles. You stay there. All right, so the terrible things, foreboding joy. We're upset in the middle of a really beautiful event. Another emotional reactivity that can happen here is maybe you're having an intense conversation, but all of a sudden it goes to an argument. Maybe you're blaming somebody for something that you imagine that they might do one day. They haven't done it, but they might, and so you're mad. Another obstacle can actually be concern about guilt. If I feel joy, I'm going to feel really guilty. Sometimes this mental pattern shows up when we've experienced deep loss, or we compare what we have to what somebody else, maybe we perceive they can't have it or they don't have it. And we fear that letting in joy may betray our loyalty or our love or care. It can seem unfair to relish in the good or express delight. Emotional reactivity here can look like withdrawing. Again, that shutting down and saying, I'm not going to feel anything. It can also sound like self-judgment when we actually do notice a smile creep across her lips. Oh, how dare I? These are just examples of some of the mental and emotional obstacles that can show up and get in the way of us experiencing joy. We aren't letting ourselves in that kiddie pool, let alone to experience anything deeper and wider. Ultimately, the biggest obstacle is that we think joy is limited. We make it up that our ability to be joyful is conditional. And then we experience just that. Talk about getting dramatic. This might be a place where you want to call the ambulance. Just kidding. We'll call AAA. And no, not American Automobile Association. That would be silly. The AAAs that I am suggesting are acceptance, appreciation, and affirmation. Acceptance is the practice of being willing to slow down and be with what is so, to notice how our armor has gone up or we've closed our heart or our mind is twisted, and to stop fighting. Archbishop Desmond Tutu puts it this way: we are meant to live in joy. This does not mean that life will be easy or painless. It means that we can turn our faces to the wind and accept that this is the storm we must pass through. We cannot succeed by denying what exists. The acceptance of reality is the only place from which change can begin. Acceptance isn't about getting rid of discomfort, but about creating space for it to exist, because it does. So instead of fighting that reality, we relax around it, holding it gently from our higher self, our spiritual self that knows the bigger truth, that infinite oneness is manifesting in, through, and as us. And it is good, even if our human eyes can't see it in the moment, or our hearts feel broken. We know the truer truth that the universe is conspiring for our good. When we practice acceptance, we gently take our armor down and we hold it with compassion, knowing that there is a greater good unfolding. The second A is appreciation, the practice of being fully aware. intentionally engaging the perspective of the bigger picture, it is the practice of recognizing and delighting in the beauty, worth, and goodness of whatever is before us in a given moment. It looks like presence and attentiveness. It sounds like gratitude and understanding and awareness of the good of life. Julia Cameron, who's the author of The Artist's Way, she writes, "The quality of life is in proportion always to the capacity for delight. And the capacity for delight is the gift of paying attention. When we practice appreciation, we intentionally slow down and we see the gifts that the universe is giving us in every moment. It doesn't mean that we pretend that life isn't hard. That's another way that we put the armor up. But we gently hold what feels hard right now. And then we feel the firmness of the ground beneath our feet, or the gaze of a beloved across the way, or the glint of the green light of a leaf as sunshine is being cast upon it. There is always something to appreciate, to be grateful for, to delight in. And so the third A is affirmation. An affirmation is an active declaration of what we know is true from our highest, truest self. When we engage in affirmations, we're actually supporting the upleveling of our human systems. Yes, we may have this negativity bias, we may have that survival instinct, but we, as the conscious, awake ones that we are, we have an opportunity to create new neural pathways in our minds that can access divine joy more fully, more often, no obstacles necessary. And so we intentionally tell ourselves a truer truth. We affirm that we are taken care of, that it's okay to feel uncomfortable feelings, and that it's normal to wish that these things weren't so. And we recognize that these obstacles don't determine our joy. We affirm that all that is needed is available, that we receive it, that we embody it. We affirm our commitment to our well-being and to the process of growth and progress and success. And we affirm our state of mind and the orientation of our hearts towards the expectancy of good. When we accept and appreciate and affirm, we cannot help but embody the deep gladness, contentment, and peace of divine joy. In these moments, we realize that we're swimming in a big pool of joy. The wellspring of joy is alive at the center of our being. I had this really crazy experience when I was in my spiritual practice the other day. I had just finished a spiritual mind treatment, our form of affirmative prayer, around wholeness, because I had been duking it out with a really annoying summer cold. And so I finished my prayer and I go into silent sitting and I'm noticing my breath and I notice my nose is all stuffy and I come back to my breath and I start coughing and then I notice I'm annoyed that I'm coughing and I come back to my breath. And this goes on, and I keep coming back to the moment at hand. And I'm gentle with myself, and I'm quiet. And then all of a sudden, I started laughing. This has never happened to me. But in that moment of stillness and quiet, of being with what is so, this ripple of laughter just came up from the center of my being. And I laughed and I laughed and I noticed. And I came back to my breath. And then another peal of laughter came through, and I let it. And I just laughed. And I noticed, and I came back to my breath. We have the power and agency to experience and embody joy at all times without condition. We just have to stop feeding the perceived conditions. We have to stop closing off our hearts and remind ourselves that the wellspring of joy is already within us. In the Science of Mind text, Ernest Holmes offers an affirmation that we can carry with us throughout this month. Everything necessary to full and complete expression of the most boundless experience of joy is mine now. Would you read this with me out loud? Let's affirm this together. Everything necessary to the full and complete expression of the most boundless experience of joy is mine now. Take a deep breath in and out. Notice if there are any places in you that feel tight or constricted. And take another deep breath and consciously invite your body and your mind to hold whatever that is, to perhaps soften if it feels available to you. Yeah. And let's read it one more time. Everything necessary to the full and complete expression of the most boundless experience of joy is mine now. And as Ernest Holmes says, know this. See it, feel it, be it. My mom and my daughter and I, we went down to Jamaica the year that I turned 40. On our first morning there, we decided to walk down the hill to the beach. And as we were going, we passed a man just chilling on the side of the path, and we smiled and greeted him as we walked by. And his response to us was, "Full joy." That phrase caught our attention, it caught our hearts. Turns out it's a very common phrase down there. It wasn't familiar to us. Decades have passed since we lived there. And perhaps that was a blessing. Had we been familiar with it, it may not have landed so exquisitely. Full joy is influenced by Rasta language philosophy, where they replace prefixes that sound negative or like a finite concept. So like enjoy sounds a little bit like end joy. And they replace it with a positive word like full to make the feeling infinite. So full joy reminds us that joy is infinite and it is available now. Full joy is boundless. There's no edge or limitation to it. And that is divine joy, deep and wide and infinitely expansive. It can hold all human experience. Within joy, there's space for it all. We remember again that we can stop fighting against the discomfort or challenges that rise up in our mind or emotions and receive that there is a greater good now. My friends, embodying joy is your birthright. Full joy. What touches that wellspring within you is unique to you in every moment of every day. How you express it is up to you. There are no limitations. As we go from here, the call to action is to embrace full joy. Notice when you're armoring up and just open yourself through acceptance, appreciation, and affirmation, knowing that everything necessary to the full and complete expression of the most boundless experience of joy is yours now. And so it is. Let's anchor this with a word of prayer. And so it is in this moment where I know, and I know that there is only one, that it is divine and eternal life, love, the self-givingness of infinite substance into all that is made, all that is seen and unseen, that it is the spark of joy at the center of all of life, calling life to express in its fullness. And as I know that this is the truth of the one, and as I am standing here, I know it is the truth of me right here and now, and I know that it is the truth of each beloved gathered here, that joy is that which we are, that it calls us from the deep to meet each moment with grace, with acceptance, with a kindness to this human experience, knowing that the spiritual truth behind all is one, is infinite good. And so I speak my word on behalf of each of us now, knowing that joy is here, that joy rises up, that each beloved relaxes their grip on whatever obstacles might show up for them, that those things simply fall away and go back to the nothingness from which they came, revealing to each heart the truth of infinite goodness available here and now, that it truly is without any limitation. And I am so grateful to know that this is so, that joy is the truth of each one gathered here. And so I simply release this word into the action of universal law, knowing it is done. And so with gratitude, I let it go, I let it be, and so it is.
Sometimes joy is loud. It causes the crowd to shout. A festive occasion that unites a nation. That's the joy we've all heard about. Sometimes joy is still, far away from the thrills, a quiet place to take a pause from the race, a moment to just sit and chill. That's joy to me, what I choose to see, that causes my soul's delight. That's joy to me, who I choose to be when things aren't going right. Letting go of how it's supposed to be, to glimpse the divine in everything. That's joy to me. That's joy to me. Sometimes joy is the stars shining down from afar. in the vastness of space, knowing I have a place in someone special's heart. Sometimes joy walks away, though it'd be easier just to stay. It's making a choice to trust in that inner voice that promises to show me the way. That's joy to me, what I choose to see, that causes my soul's delight. That's joy to me, who I choose to be when things aren't going right. Letting go of how it's supposed to be, to glimpse the divine in everything. That's joy to me. That's joy to me. Sometimes joy says goodbye when a loved one has passed from this life, when those we hold dear come to the end of their years. There's joy in the tears that we cry. That's joy to me, what I choose to see, that causes my soul's delight. That's joy to me, who I choose to be when things aren't going right. Letting go of how it's supposed to be, to glimpse the divine in everything. That's joy to me. That's joy to me. That's joy to me. That's joy to me. That's joy to me.
So many things about being a part of this community bring joy into my life. And I know that that's true for many of us that showed up here in the midst of whatever was unfolding and found friendship and a new way to look at things and a community that pulls together. And in our offertory, we have the opportunity to be a divine yes, to be that place of joy, to take a stand that this community continues to exist for ourselves, absolutely, because I don't know about you, but I want this to be here next Sunday and the Sunday after, and for all of the 18 years of Sundays I've been coming, and for the 30 years of Sundays that some of us have been attending. And also for that next fresh face that walks through the door, maybe for the first time, maybe for the first time in a decade, looking to remember the truth of who they are. So as you know, we have these wonderful containers here at the front to receive your gifts and offerings. In the seat back in front of you, there are things to support your giving. If you're an auto tither, there's even a card so you can participate in what we're going to do next that says, I give automatically. Also, every prayer you speak, every thought of high intention you give to New Vision Center or someone who calls it home is an offering. Every moment of service you give is an offering. So I invite you to gather all of that up into your consciousness, into your awareness, and hold that givingness to your heart if that feels good, and repeat after me. This gift I give is love in action. I give it with joy. I know that I am blessed, and so I gratefully give. And I speak a word of blessing over every penny, every prayer, every moment of service, every person clicking the give link on the online campus, knowing that all of that comes together to bless the givers and the receiver, that it moves through this community with so much love and high intention and sprinkles itself back out through our outreach programs, through paying our staff a living wage, through all of the good that we do in the community, and keeps that cycle going for more and more love always. I am so grateful at how very blessed we all are, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Oh, we are so blessed, and what a day of joy. Thank you so much, Rachel, for your bringing the joy of all things. And to our Divine Groove, thank you very much. We have Vic Kottner on bass. We have Fred Alweg on drums, Jack Saba on guitar, Jackie Lee on keys and piano and vocal, and Mark Arnold, our featured artist, oh my goodness, writes his own songs. Thank you so much. And our music director, Frank Smith, on keys, flute, alto sax, all the things. So thank you very much for everything. With that, we have so many things that we can be supported with here. There's a invitation to receive prayer up here in our prayer zone. There's snacks and munch and mingle, and a great conversation online, munch and mingle. So bring your munch, but you can mingle, and look for the link on the chat. And at this moment, I'd like to invite the ministers and the practitioners to join me on the platform as we welcome our youth and family into the sanctuary with us. So please join us now.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Well, I had the blessing of helping in youth ministry today during Miss Audrey's absence, and my daughter was the only child in there today, so we had fun together, and Mackenzie and Angel joined us, so we had quite the time. She was like our teacher in there today, huh? Yeah? So today, the affirmation for us was, my thoughts are powerful. I choose loving thoughts about myself and others. And we read a beautiful book by, Hazel read a beautiful book to us by Louise Hay called I Think I Am. And basically in that book, we're exploring that our thoughts are like seeds. Whatever thoughts we water will grow. When we choose loving thoughts, they grow into kindness, happiness, confidence, peace, and courage. And those loving thoughts don't just help us, they spread to everyone around us. And it was so lovely to have her read that book to us and really explore the power of transforming negative thoughts into positive affirmations. So we developed a prayer together, and I'm going to have Hazel read the first line.
God is love.
We are love. We know positive thoughts are loving. We are grateful for God.
We let this go, and so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you. Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you for holding the space for the youth and letting the youth lead in the joy. So this is awesome. And for all those, if you're willing to stand for our final benediction, please say this with me, or say this after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is all that I am. I claim it. I am it. Thank you, life. And so it is.
Let it shine.